Well, dang, he does kind of look like Bruce Campbell a bit. Greetings and salutations. I'm here today to serve up some Southern fried justice for you guys. Now, once in a while, the internet comes up with something that's so crazy, so chaotic that one can't even fathom doing the impossible here. Now, there are just some casting decisions that get made once in a while that just shouldn't happen, and this is one of those cases. I bring up two other examples of things I can think of here. Robert Englund being replaced as Freddy Krueger comes to mind with this, and also so does Ron Perlman as Hellboy. You can recast the character, but it just won't work out in any of the sequels. That's my first reaction here when this comes up here with Bruce Campbell here possibly being replaced as Ash by CM Punk, the wrestler. We'll go over some pros and cons, but basically my interpretation here is Bruce Campbell is America. And, you cannot, you would be asking to cast the impossible with the replacement of Ash Williams. No one else should ever play this character but Bruce Campbell. That's just the bottom line. But however, Screen Geek, they got a reaction here. They mention a reaction here from Bruce Campbell as he reacts to demand for CM Punk to play Ash Williams. This is by Jacob Dressler, published on March 6 of 2020. Now, the Evil Dead franchise is in a rather interesting period of change right now. Actor Bruce Campbell, who played the protagonist Ash Williams, has retired from the role after the cancellation of Ash vs. Evil Dead, which is very sad, but it was a great triumphant end. The way he turned out at the end was amazing. I'll spoil it here for you. This will contain spoilers. He realizes his life ambition to be the savior of the world. And that's kind of what happens to everyone in their life. They realize their fate and what they were born to do. And that's at least what Ash got to do. And if you get to do that in the life, that's amazing there. But the franchise is still in the process of coming back, albeit with a completely new cinematic take that won't see Bruce Campbell in front of the camera. As much as such, many fans have been throwing in their choices to pick up the mantle and become the next Ash Williams, one of the most popular suggestions being CM Punk, the WWE former world champion there. Not enough acting experience, I think, but apparently he blew everyone's socks off recently. We'll get into that here in a moment here. While it is a particularly jarring choice to replace Bruce Campbell, many fans seem to be in support of the idea. CM Punk was initially a pro wrestler and an MMA fighter, but he's taken on several acting roles over the last few years. Also, writing Thor. I don't think they mentioned that in there, but I think he did a Thor story there. I'm not sure. Mention in the comments below what he did there, if you don't mind there. In fact, he played in both the remake of Rabid as well as Netflix's recently released film Girl on the Third Floor. So CM Punk is already no longer a stranger to the horror genre, and now Bruce Campbell himself has given some form of approval for CM Punk, although not directly take his spot as Ash Williams. Here's what Bruce Campbell had to say about the idea via Twitter. You know what? CM Punk is great. He should play a guy in a horror series named Nash or Bash or Lash. With all due respect, the name Ash is like a best table at a restaurant, reserved. And that's kind of the way I feel about it right there. But it's nice to see Bruce Campbell show some form of support. However, I think he's also in the right. Ash Williams has become something of a sacred character for the Evil Dead franchise. The remake from 2013 even chose not to directly replace Ash, but to create new characters instead, something that seems to be happening with the next film installment as well. So perhaps it is best not to have anyone replace Bruce Campbell as Ash, but rather invent new characters instead. And in that case, perhaps CM Punk could fit into some kind of Evil Dead story down the road. Personally, my vote goes for Nicolas Cage. That's the writer that says that. Who wouldn't want to see him take on some Deadites after his performance in Mandy and The Color Out of Space? If you look at this here, CM Punk does bear a resemblance to Ash, and in the tradition of horror films, you're going to make a sequel, you're going to do a next chapter. I could see a son of Ash, and then he can maybe be Ash at that point. With Bruce Campbell talking about Nash or Bash or Lash. Back in the day, I was in a horror film years ago, and there was a guy named Darian Bash. Yeah, it was a lame character, but well, it wasn't so much a lame character. Maybe the actor that played him. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that goes out. Shout out for my friend Dan Mullen there at the Jake Stone Productions there. But son of Ash, I think that could work. Ash is in the future fighting Deadites. Someone needs to be in the present time. You can have the guy from the series take over with some new characters. You can have Pablo and Kelly come back, and maybe even Ruby was kind of killed at the end of the series, but there's a lot of alternate universe takes on Evil Dead. You had Evil Dead 2, which wasn't exactly like Army of Darkness, and they didn't really have a lot of Army of Darkness. So you can always make up new characters, make up new situations, and there's a big Evil Dead, alternate universe, multiverse. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, there's a big Evil Dead multiverse that could be out there, and you can have the character of Ash different routes that way. You can, there's S-Mart, and then there was the other store he worked at in the series. So, it's all up to the writers, and if they can make a good one. But I think if you're going to have CM Punk do it, you're going to cast the impossible. You are going to have Son of Ash. And that will be a great, but there's also other routes where CM Punk could play Ash as well for the WWE fans and wrestling fans, because he's not with the WWE as a wrestler currently. Once he, maybe if AEW wants to have him there, he could do, he could come in like do an entrance for Halloween or something, like dressed up as Ash, and I think that would get the fans going. The fans would be going anyway because it's CM Punk, and he's really good on the mic, like Bruce Campbell. He's good on the mic, very quick-witted. So I think that would work out really well in his favor there if he was going to play this character. Personally, I would not cast it. That would be the most horrible, evilest thing to do, to replace Bruce Campbell in any role he's ever done. But if you're going to do it, I would just do it as like cosplay wrestling. That's how I would go about with this. Some things you just need to let be, and Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams. That's one of them right there. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you very much, and y'all have a good day there. Thank you. Goodbye. Yeah. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. Heck, share with your enemies there as well. We can't do this without you. Peace and love, baby. Peace and love.